Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm still sticking with fall, so I'm using my crayon case, the MacBook palette, and I'm going in with this reddish orange color, and that's going to be my transition color. I'm going in with a brush for my creases. It's a little pointed at the end, you'll see it. So this is my crease brush, and I'm just going in with that color. Not too hard, not too heavy. But it's pretty, the palette itself is pretty pigmented, so you don't have to work too hard for it to show. So once you have that packed on, I'm going in with a slightly bigger brush, and I'm just blending at this point. Number one rule in makeup is to blend. Blending is your friend. So I'm just pretty much blending that color towards the top, towards my eyebrows. And you can see that even though it's only one shade so far, that blending is really coming through. So it's expanding the color, and that helps too, where you don't have to do or add too many colors. So next is the box of crayons by the crayon case, and I'm going in with this orange shade. And I'm using a different brush. It has a little fluff to it. It's a smaller blending brush, which you'll see momentarily. One thing I love about the palettes are with the crayon case is it is very pigmented. And so you can see I'm just pretty much adding that, not on top of my crease, but where I kind of blended that original color in. Okay, so next I'm going in with the actual orange. This orange doesn't have a shimmer. This is back on the MacBook palette. It's just pretty much a regular orange, but like I said, very pigmented. I love, love, love these colors. This was a little different for me so far. I've been working with fall colors and nudes, but this was a little different, a different way to start if nothing else. And you can see I'm using a bigger brush to blend those colors in again. So I'm just going back in on the bottom part of my lid, and I am just getting that portion. For some looks, you can do the whole lid. It just really depends on you and how you want the look to turn out. But I'm only doing that. And I'm going back in. I'm going in with a brown color. And I'm using that same crease brush from earlier. I'm really trying to define my transition area at this point. The transition portion of your eyes really helps pull your look together. That and eyebrows, I think those are two of the most important things when you're dealing with your eyes. The third would definitely be blending, if blending is not first. And that's what I'm doing now. So I'm just trying to blend it in. I'm using my small blender brush again to go in and just make sure everything is blended. And so now you can see the transition. And I'm going in with this Makeup Revolution concealer in shade C025. And that's how it looked after I cut my crease. So I'm going in with the yellow now. Now, the Revolution concealer, it, to me, hardens. So it makes applying the colors very vibrant, but it also makes it a little bit harder to blend. So you might have to do a little leg work in there. But for the outcome that you get, I mean, I would love to try P. Louise, but I don't want to wait on shipping. This is at Ulta, that Makeup Revolution, where I cut my crease. It's like $10. So that was the more convenient option, and so far I love it. So after I go in with that yellow, I'm going back in with that orange, the same orange from earlier. So now I'm going back in with that orange, and I'm using a flat shader brush, which is a little bigger than the brush I was normally using. So this one is bigger in size. Both of them are shader brushes, but this one is a little larger in size or in width. So now I'm going in with my Morphe and Jeffree Star palette, which I love. And I'm going in with this color. This is really, to me, what tied the look together. So you see right there where my cut crease ends, I'm applying that color on that portion of my eyelid. Like I said, blending is your friend. And you want everything to look like it's coming together, not like it's stuck. So I'm going in with this Revlon. And it is a glitter gel. And I just applied that over my lids and my cut crease. I didn't record it because y'all didn't want to see that struggle. Trust me. So now I'm going in with this Hank and Harry eyeliner. I have really been trying to work on my actual line. Alright, so now that that's over, I'm going in with this glossy face balm I got from my BoxyCharm last month. And I'm mixing this in with my actual primer. So, and I'm not putting a whole lot on because, like I said, it's going to be mixed in with my primer. So, my primer is from Wet n Wild. It's only like $4 or $5. It's a cucumber primer. It smells like cucumber. It's actually really refreshing to the skin. But as you can see, I'm not putting a whole lot of that on either. I'm just putting it in portions. And now I'm going in with my 334 Maybelline foundation. And I'm just applying it as so. So yes, this is the FitMe foundation 334. Out of all the foundations I have, I love this one the most. So I've tried CoverGirl, I've tried Fenty, I've tried a range of things. I have not yet tried Juvia's Place. I want to try it. But right now, this is the best thing for me. And I got this brush from this month's BoxyCharm. And this is my first time giving it a go. It's a foundation brush. And it was actually pretty cool. It was pretty soft. It wasn't too harsh or anything like that. It actually helped me blend my foundation a little better. Or a lot better, actually. So as you can see, I'm just trying to make sure I cover everything. After that, I'm going in with my concealers. Wet n Wild 805 and 809. And this is the second brush that they sent me. And I'm using that to go in my concealers and just make sure that they are blended. And then I'm using a beauty blender by Real Techniques, especially to get those tight areas where that brush won't fit. And just help blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blending is a fundament of makeup. It has to be. I look back at old stuff and I'm like, man, I should have blended more. Especially my older work. So now that I know that, I'm using it and I'm putting that to use. So you might actually see me use a few different brushes on my face. It's all to get the blend together because the blend is so important. So, but this brush was really useful. I think this is their first go with brushes. I really enjoyed my box this month, and this is definitely one of the reasons why. So now I'm going in on that darker shade, and I'm using that same brush, and I'm just making sure that I blend it. If you don't know anything else about makeup today, you're going to know that you need to blend. And maybe I need to blend even a little bit more. But blending is your friend. This is the best way I can put that. Alright, so after the blending, I'm going in with my chalk dust, letter C from the crayon case. And this is pretty much my setting powder. This is what I would use to bake. And I'm just going to set it on my skin as so. I pretty much set my setting powders in the areas where I would do my light conceal. Okay, so I put on my Big Eagle mascara, and while everything was baking, which I'm brushing away now, I did add my lashes and I added glitter to my lash line. And you guys and girls, if there it is, the smoke detector in the background, if you hear it, I'm so sorry. I'm going to change the battery for the next video, I promise. But yeah, so I'm just pretty much blending all of that in, and you can see the difference from it being blended and not blended right here. This is a Real Techniques powder brush that I'm using to get that blend. So after, before, after. And I'm just making sure that I don't get flashback afterwards, which comes from you not blending enough or you not having the right shade of setting powder for you. So next, I'm going in with my crayon case contour book. But yeah, the contour book. And I'm going in with the shade Bricky. And I'm going to use that on the areas where I use my darker concealer colors earlier. And so you can already see, even before I get to really applying it, everything by the crayon case is pretty much pigmented, which I love. But yeah, so this is like a bronzer at this point for me. Alright, so now I'm going in with this Alamar blush, Alamar Cosmetics, and I'm using this middle color. Oops, thought I got it. Alright, there you go. I just want to show you all the pigment on it. It is very pigmented as well. And this is my favorite blush palette so far. And you can just tell maybe that just comes from seeing my mom and stuff do makeup back in the day. But I love a good blush. Like, I don't know. I'm not, old fashioned, but I love a good blush. Y'all, do y'all see the sparkles? This is from the crayon case highlighter. Like, this was my first time opening it, and all of that highlighter glitter is just floating around. Look at that. Like, even with special effects, I don't even think I could create that moment. I wish I would have recorded it. But check this out. Like, check how pigmented this is. I mean, like, I'm barely touching my face. And it is just, like, vibrant. I love a good highlighter. I don't like over highlighting, but I love a good highlighter. So I'm actually going to end up blending this in. But that is awesome. I mean, like, the glitter is still floating. You can see the glitter in the background. So if you don't believe anything else I've said about the pigmentation with the crayon case, just look in the background and see the glitter. So like I said, so this bigger brush is, it can be used for just about anything. But I'm going to actually go in with my powder brush and just try to blend it in. Like I said, I love a good highlight. I don't like over highlighting. And it also depends on the look. I just don't feel like this look really needed an over highlight. So yeah, I'm definitely blending all of that goodness. This glitter is still floating in the background. That is crazy. Okay, so I'm completing my highlighting and I'm going in with the Bare lip liner from the Crayon case. And I'm also going to finish my look with this lipstick I got from the beauty supply store. It's like $1 and some change, but it is the perfect shade for this look. So sometimes it's not all about name. You can find the best things without a name. And I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I'm actually going to complete the look with some gloss from the Crayon case. They just put it back out. It's Tokyo Dipping Sauces. And I'm going to apply that. The gloss itself is not too heavy. It's very light overall. There it is. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, share, comment. I'm open to constructive criticism, but if you get too rude, you might get blocked. So thank you all for watching Kingdom Faces Makeup Monday first voiceover tutorial. Have a blessed night.